Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. Tonight's game features the two teams in the American League of the Los Angeles Angels and the Chicago White Sox. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with MLB, MLBPA, or their sponsors. We're providing live reports on the game being played and hope English-speaking audiences can enjoy the game on YouTube and Twitch along with us. It is the Los Angeles Angels who are coming to bat here first against the White Sox in the top of the first inning. We'll give you the rundown on the batting order as we go. It is Dylan Cease on the mound. They are in their black uniforms with the white pinstripes, the white belt, and white shoes today. So a very interesting looking uniform as it is the South Side throwback. It'll be Taylor Ward to lead it off. He's going to play in right field for the Angels. It'll be Brandon Marsh batting second. He's in center field. Mike Trout's the DH today. He is batting third. In the cleanup spot, it is Jared Walsh. He's playing first base. At third base and batting fifth is Jack Mayfield. Batting sixth and doing the catching is Kurt Suzuki. In left field, it'll be Joe Adell. The second baseman is Tyler Wade, and Andrew Velasquez is the shortstop today for the Angels, and that is their batting order. Dylan Cease has completed his warm-up tosses. He is the starter today for the White Sox. Cease on the season appeared in 4 games. This is his 5th start of the year. He pitches a fastball delivered to Ward that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. We are underway in Chicago. Cease is 2-1 on the year. In those 4 starts, he's worked 22 innings already, striking out 28. He's got an earned run average of 3.27. Cease ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Ward on the season is batting .400, and he's got 5 homers and 13 RBIs. There's no Shohei Ohtani in the starting lineup today. There's the breaking ball that catches the upper part of the plate, and that's going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's only one other game underway in the big leagues. It is the Royals and the Cardinals. They're in the 4th inning. And it is a 1-0 lead already for the Cardinals. There's a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that misses up high. They appeal down to the first base umpire. And they say Ward didn't go, and the count now goes to 2-2. The umpires for today's game working the plate is Sean Barber. It's David Rackley over at first. Larry Vanover's at second, and Dan Bellino is the third base ump. There's a breaking ball down in the dirt. That runs the count to 3-2 now to Ward. It is a blustery 51 degrees. It is overcast. The wind is at 8 miles an hour from right field to left field. It is the windy season for a reason, or windy city for a reason. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. And Ward, who started his first 3-4 steps to first base, is called back on strikes that he is retired for out number 1 here in the top of the first inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that brings up the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. Ruben Hogan in the house. He says, do you expect a lot of runs today? Actually, I don't. Not with these two teams here. The pitching matchup today, the cool weather, I would expect this to be a lower scoring affair. There's a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs to Marsh, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Marsh on the season is batting .286. He's got a couple of homers and 15 runs batted in. He hits from the left side against the right-hander Cease. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. That runs the count to 1-1. It's not a lot of people in attendance in Chicago for this one. It's a matinee affair. The lights are on. They are anticipating that there could be some inclement weather a little later in the day. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Marsh has a very distinctive look. He has not had possibly a haircut nor a shave in most likely months. As he digs in, waiting on the offering from Cease, there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now runs to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. As we said, the home team, the White Sox, are in the black uniforms with the white and gray trim. They have the South Side throwbacks on. They've got white shoes and white belt to go with it. There's the 3-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded to the left side of the infield. It is fielded neatly by the third baseman, Berger, who throws to first. And that is going to do it. Berger was well off the foul line, well into the 6th hole. He was able to cut that off and make the play. That's going to go down as a ground out 5-3 for out number 2 here in the first inning. And that's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Mike Trout. For Trout, he's hitting .344 on the young season. He's got 6 homers and 11 RBIs, but he's really started to heat up over the last couple of weeks of the season. Cease ready to go to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Trout ready to battle. Waiting on the offering from the right-hander Cease. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind first base. And last fastball came in at 96 miles an hour. But it was a little bit on the inner half of the plate. Trout had to keep his hands in, but he wasn't able to turn on the pitch. Couldn't get the barrel extended on the ball. Here comes the 1-2, or the 0-2. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Trout is gone on strikes for out number 3. So for the Angels in their half of the first, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're through a half inning. It's the Angels nothing, the White Sox coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the first inning in just a couple of moments. We're glad you guys could be with us today.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. It's Dave's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're about to move to the bottom of the first inning, and we've got the lineup for the home team from Chicago. The White Sox will send Tim Anderson into the leadoff spot. He's playing shortstop. He wears number 7. Batting second is the center fielder, number 88, Luis Robert. Batting third is the left fielder, number 18, A.J. Pollock. The designated hitter, Jose Abreu, will hit fourth, and he wears number 79. The catcher, Yasmani Grandal, bats fifth. He wears number 24. Jake Berger is batting 6th, and he is playing third base. He wears number 30. Batting 7th is the right fielder, Adam Engel. He wears number 15. Gavin Sheets hits 8th. He's playing first base. He wears 32. And Josh Harrison wears number 5, and he is playing second base today. And it is Patrick Sandoval who takes to the hill for the Angels. He's now completed his warm-up tosses. He's a fastball, changeup, breaking ball, predominantly pitcher. And Sandoval is making his fourth start of the season. He has a 1-0 record, and he has been absolutely brilliant in his 15 innings of work. He's allowed 9 hits, 2 runs. None of them have been earned. He's only walked 6 and struck out 20. The first pitch of the ball game to the White Sox was a fastball delivered to Tim Anderson, which he fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Tim Anderson. So Anderson hitting .333 on the season. He's got 3 homers and 8 RBIs. The speedy, slick fielding shortstop waits on the offering from Sandoval. There's a fastball swung on and is lined through the 4-hole into right field for a base hit. And Anderson is aboard with a leadoff single here in the first inning. That's going to bring up Luis Robert. I've had a chance to see Tim Anderson play a few times live, and if you ever get a chance to see him, he's very impressive. Although he had the base hit and he kind of Cadillac'd at the first base, wasn't coming hard out of the box, but he can absolutely fly. His ability to move to his left to gobble up balls to the middle of the infield. On top of that, his ability to be able to do things is just off the charts. His speed is fantastic, but it's the left-hander Sandoval who is ready to deliver to Robert, and there is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. Be curious to see if they're going to run on the lefty or not. Sandoval being the left-hander, if he's got a decent enough move over to first base. He holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers to Robert, and it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Our friend Ruben Hogan earlier asked, do we expect a lot of runs? Day like today with the cold weather and these 2 pitchers on the mound, I would think that runs will be at a premium. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. There's a changeup that swung on and missed. Robert swings right through the soft stuff, and that is going to run the count to 2-1. Luis Robert, his numbers have slid a little bit. He started off hot, but he's cooled off as of late. He's hitting .211 with 3 homers and 6 runs batted in. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Sandoval. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is turned on. It's hit the left field. It's going to get down in front of the left fielder, Adele, but he bobbles the ball. Heading into second base is Robert. Moving into third is Anderson. We're going to see how they're going to have to score that. I think Anderson for sure would have went first to third easily, but I don't know if that would have been a single that would have been turned into an error. We're going to have to wait the official scoring on that. But it is going to be runners on second and third for the White Sox with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. We'll bring A.J. Pollock to the plate. The ball bounced, and Adele got it in left field, and then it looked like on the exchange is where he dropped it. The ball ended up on the warning track and all the way over to the fence. So that brings up A.J. Pollock to the plate. And that's exactly how they're going to rule that. They're going to rule that as a single and E7, which advanced Robert over to second. So A.J. Pollock steps in. He's batting .233 on the season. He's got no homers and a couple of RBIs. The runner at third is Anderson. The runner at second is Robert. Sandoval holds at the belt, and he kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Pollock. Pollock getting the nod today. A lot of White Sox regulars not in the lineup today. And those who we think about that aren't in the lineup, Andrew Vaughn not in the lineup, as well as Eloy Jimenez, but Jimenez is on the 10-day DL. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a changeup that catches the inside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. Also not in the lineup is Johan Moncada, the normal starting infielder for the White Sox. They're missing him as well. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Sandoval holds at the belt. He kicks and fires, and it is a changeup swung on. It's grounded up the middle. It's fielded by the second baseman, who is to the left of second base. And he throws on the run. Wade throws on the run. That's going to retire Pollock. That goes as a ground out 4-3. It is going to be an RBI as Tim Anderson will come in to score. And Luis Robert advances to third with 1 away here in the first inning. That will bring up the designated hitter, Jose Abreu. with all of the shifts that are still going on in place, it was a play that shortstop probably would have made, but it was a shortstop type of play as the fielder Wade had to range to his left to make the ball and come across the diamond. So now with the runner on third, the Angels have brought their infield in. There's a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. For Jose Abreu on the season, he's only hitting .219. He's got a couple of homers and 7 runs batted in. He's waiting on the offering from the left-hander Sandoval. Sandoval holds at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. And there's a breaking ball that's swung on, and it is going to be lifted foul into the seats just beyond the first base dugout. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Abreu. Interesting that Joe Madden early in the game is going to try to keep the crooked number off the board as he's got his infield in. He probably is anticipating this game is not going to have a lot of runs scored with these 2 pitchers on the mound. So Abreu ready to get the 1-1 offering from Sandoval, who holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a changeup that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-1. So we'll have to go back and take a look, but I don't believe that may be an unearned run. Nope, it is the earned run. So that's the first earned run of the year that Sandoval has now given up in his 15-plus innings of work. And here's the pitch to Abreu. It's a changeup that misses down, and the count is 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. So the runner at third is Robert. There's 1 away in the first inning, or the bottom of the first inning. And here comes the pitch from Sandoval as he kicks and fires. And it is a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul behind home plate. The count runs to 3-2. Every time I watch Jose Abreu hit, he reminds me of a young Albert Pujols. And just the way that he is able to keep his hands in. He doesn't really have much of a stride. It's more of a lift up, put it back down type of deal because of his stance. He has a similar type of body build. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Sandoval kicks and fires. It is a changeup that misses down, and Abreu has drawn himself a walk. It's going to put runners on the corners, and that'll bring up the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. So we've got the hobbyist in the house today. We welcome Chris. He says, I say, and you yell runner on third. Yeah, well, that's the case sometimes. I just got to turn the volume down a little bit. So here comes the first offering to the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Grandal. Grandal off to a rough start this season. He's hitting a .161. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. Sandoval gets the sign from his catcher, Suzuki. He's ready to go back to work. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Thanks for popping in there, Chris. We appreciate you and your support. Look forward to seeing you when we see you. So here comes the 2-0. And there is a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Grandal. The third baseman, Jake Berger, is waiting his turn on deck. And here comes the 3-0 pitch to Yasmani, and it is a fastball that misses outside, and that is back-to-back walks, and that'll load the bases. They are full of Southsiders on the base paths, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Jake Berger. And that'll be a moment here for Sandoval as the catcher is heading out Suzuki to have a talk. That last pitch was at 92, just off the outside corner. And the pitching coach has joined them on the mound to talk to the left-hander. So Sandoval is ready to go back to work as the conference is over. So the bases are full of White Sox. The runner at third is Robert. The runner at second is Abreu, and Grandal, the runner at first. There's one away with a 1-0 scoreline already for the White Sox. Sandoval ready to go back to work. He's in a first inning jam here. He's already thrown 19 pitches. So here comes the first offering to Berger. He kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Sandoval ready to go back to work again. He holds at the belt. He checks the runner. He kicks and fires. There's a changeup swung on. This is lifted into deep left center field. Moving back over underneath it is the center fielder Marsh. He's going to make the catch. Tagging at third and scoring is Robert. And that is going to increase the White Sox lead now to 2-0. It is going to keep Abreu at second and Grandal at first. So a sacrifice fly by Berger. He collects himself an RBI, and that'll leave it up to the right fielder, Adam Engel. So the Southsiders are off and running here in their half of the first inning. Adam Engel steps up to the plate. He's hitting a .197 on the season. He's got no homers and no RBIs. Bats from the right side against the left-hander Sandoval, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Sandoval holding at the belt, waiting on the offering, and there is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we said, it's a blustery day in Chicago. Some of the Angels players are even sporting some toques to keep themselves warm. And there's a changeup that is swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 1-2. Players that are sitting on the bench are all bundled up. There is a gentleman from Glenview that pulls that one in. He's getting some high fives from those around him. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Engel. Sandoval ready to go back to work. Gets the sign from his catcher, and he kicks and delivers. And there is a changeup swung on and missed. And Engel is retired on strikes for out number 3, but there's been damage done here in the first inning for the Chicago White Sox. They had 2 runs in the inning. On the benefit of 2 hits, they had a couple of walks. There was 1 error and 2 runners left aboard. We're through 1 complete in Chicago. It is the White Sox 2, the Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the second inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you could be here with us. Here is friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the second inning. It is going to be Jared Walsh, Jack Mayfield, and Kurt Suzuki to come to bat to face Dylan Cease. We have Big Ray in the house today. We thank you for stopping by to check you in. We are going to be doing some double dipping today. We're going to be back tonight. It is Golden Week in Japan. We'll be calling games in the Japanese League at 10 o'clock Pacific time tonight, tomorrow, and on Wednesday. So hopefully you can join us there as well. There's a first pitch fastball that is swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Coming in underneath it is Luis Robert, and he's going to make the catch. And with one pitch, there is one away here in the top of the second inning. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Jack Mayfield. For Mayfield on the season, he's batting .303. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. Big Ray says he's going to be listening while doing some yard work. Like father, like son, says Edney, a Gold Glove winner. He is definitely a machine. I know you thought you would like that one. Like father, like son in the house today. That is Joe. There's a first pitch fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Mayfield. Mayfield batting from the right side against the right-hander Cease. He's had himself a strong, productive season so far. Another regular not in the lineup for the Angels today, aside from Otane, is Anthony Rendon, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. Big Ray says he heard that Luis Robert was injured. He's in the lineup today. There's a slider swung on. It is lifted into shallow right field. Coming in underneath it is the right fielder Engel. He makes the catch, and that is going to be out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the second inning. The players not in the lineup today. There's a lot of star power left on the bench for both of these teams. We were going through it when the White Sox were up the bat. Andrew Vaughn not in the lineup today. Of course, Eloy Jimenez and Johan Moncada are on the injured list. The Angels are missing a couple of players as well. They do not have Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon out of their lineup. There's a first pitch fastball delivered to Suzuki, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki on the season is hitting .188. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. Suzuki is a longtime Major League veteran. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and that's going to reach the seats. That's going to run the count to 0-2. He broke in way back in 2007 with the Oakland Athletics. This is the 16th year he's been in the big leagues. For some people, they would have thought the twilight of his career would have been a few years ago, but he just keeps on plugging away and producing. You can argue that his best years were early in his career, but then he had a revitalization in 17, 18, and 19. He was catching with the Braves and the Nationals. There's a breaking ball that missed down from Cease. The count is 1-2. Cease gets his sign from his catcher, Grandel. He's ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. And it is not going to have enough room there for the right fielder, Adam Engel, to make a play as it gets into the netting. That is going to run the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Suzuki. Cease, it's the sign from his catcher. He rocks into the motion. And there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Suzuki is retired on strikes for out number 3. So the Angels go quietly again in their half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're through 1.5. It is the Chicago White Sox 2, the Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. The call of the bottom of the second inning.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day. And there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you being here. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the White Sox batting order to face Patrick Sandoval. It was a bit of a rocky inning for the left-hander. Gave up his first 2 earned runs of the season. And it is going to be Gavin Sheets, Josh Harrison, and Tim Anderson to face him here in the second inning. So we've got Sheets, Harrison, and Anderson ready to go. Just going through some of the stuff here. Gavin Sheets is hitting .235 on the season. He's got a homer and a couple RBIs. It's a lefty matchup here as he's getting the nod today to face Sandoval. And the first pitch is delivered. It is a fastball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-0. Yesterday's ball game between these two teams, it was a 6-5 Angel victory. The Angels are completing the series here against the White Sox. It was a 5-run bottom of the ninth by the White Sox that almost got them back into it. Lorenzen had got the win yesterday. Keuchel had taken the loss, but an absolutely crazy ninth inning. There was a fastball swung on it, has popped up into shallow center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder Marsh. He makes the catch as he calls off the shortstop Velasquez, and that is 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Josh Harrison. For Harrison, on the season, he's hitting .171. He's got no homers and 2 RBIs. I remember when Harrison went over to the Detroit Tigers a few years ago, and he was basically a non-entity for the Tigers. He got hurt, but he ended up revitalizing his career back in Washington, and there was a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. He then went over to Oakland last year, and he's had some productive seasons since leaving the Tigers. After he had some pretty good years in Pittsburgh, he was a 2-time All-Star. There is a changeup taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. Arguably his best season in the big leagues would have been back in 2017. In one of those All-Star years, he hit 16 homers and drove in 47 while hitting .272. But he also can wreak a little bit of havoc on the base paths. There's a changeup swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, moving back onto the warning track to make the catch is the center fielder Marsh, and that will do it for Harrison. So 2 up and 2 away, all fly balls to center field, and that's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Tim Anderson. We got the living room in the house. He says, has anyone tapped the keg yet? He'll pump. Well, we welcome you for stopping by. We have the living room here. So Tim Anderson is stepping into the dish. He's a 1-for-1 today. He singled his first time up to out into right field. He came around and scored on the RBI ground out by A.J. Pollock. And there's a first pitch breaking ball that misses inside. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As we were starting to say, Anderson is a treat to watch. You get a chance to see him. He can really fly around the bases. There's a changeup swung on and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. But not only is he a treat to watch on the bases, he also is fun to watch defensively. He has a tremendous amount of range. He's able to get the most baseballs that a lot of players can't get to. I think of the shortstop for the Minnesota Twins, Carlos Correa. who is a very, very good hitter, but certainly in terms of his range is not that great. There is a fastball swung on it, is driven to deep left center field. Moving back on it is Marsh, the center fielder. He's going to make the catch onto the warning track, and that is going to do it. The whole inning were fly balls to center field. So 3 up and 3 away, all of the same variety. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board here for the White Sox in their half of the second inning. We're now through 2 complete. It is the White Sox 2, the Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. The call at the top of the third inning. We're glad you guys could be here to check it out. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to bat for the Angels. That means Joe Adell, Tyler Wade, and Andrew Velasquez to face the starter Dylan Cease, who's been pretty smooth through his first 3 innings of work. Our living room asked the question, are we covering any NPB games tonight? We will be. It'll be 10 o'clock Pacific. The next 3 nights will be on the air. We haven't finalized what we're going to be looking at, though, in those games, but we anticipate a large crowd and a attendance tonight. So here comes the first pitch from Cease. It is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner to Joe Adell. The count is quickly 0-1. Adell on this season is hitting .242. He's got 3 homers and 9 RBIs. He did make the error in the first inning where he had dropped the ball on the exchange, and that had allowed runners to advance into second and third. There is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2 to Adell. Adell is got a lot of talent, a lot of ability, and the Angels are hoping it can be realized here. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. Ranging over to his right is Robert. He's going to easily make the catch. And that is going to be out number 1 here in the third inning. So 1 up and 1 away. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Tyler Wade. So Tyler Wade on the season is hitting .298. He's got no homers and 5 RBIs. There's only a couple of syllable and a consonant difference between he and the right fielder. You got Taylor Ward in right, Tyler Wade at second. Here comes the first pitch to Wade. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tyler Wade was originally a 4th-round pick in the 2013 draft by the New York Yankees. He spent his entire big league career with the Yankees to this point. And here comes the pitch from Cease. It is a breaking ball that is attempted to be swung on, and it is taken for a ball. They appealed down to the third base umpire, Dan Bellino, and he said he didn't go. So I think that there was probably a good case for that, but the pitch looked like it was pretty good. The challenge is that the catcher was already jumping up out, maybe had blocked the home plate umpire's view for the call. There is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. Count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyler Wade. Dylan Cease sporting a mustache today. He's got a mustache that is well groomed and in tune with the uniforms that they're wearing. We talked about that the last couple innings. The White Sox are in these black uniforms that feature the south side across the front. They've got white numbers, they've got white shoes, white belts. And here comes a 1-2 changeup that's taken for a called third strike. And Tyler Wade is retired for out number 2 here in the third inning. That is going to bring up Andrew Velasquez. So 2 away, and the shortstop Velasquez steps to the plate. He's hitting a .152. He's got no homers and 3 RBIs. We're going to take a look at the pitching matchups tonight in the NPB. That sometimes dictates what we like to call a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Velasquez. Tonight's pitching matchups for us, probably the one that we're going to do is at the PayPay Dome. Oryx Buffaloes are playing the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There's a breaking ball that catches the inside quarter for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. It'll probably be Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the ace of the Buffaloes, going against Shuta Ishikawa. Be a very classic matchup in that game. Although Masahiro Tanaka is pitching tonight for the Tohoku Rocket Golden Eagles, there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Velasquez is retired for out number 3. And that will do it for the Angels in their half of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. It has been 9 hitters up, 9 hitters down for the Angels thus far through 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the third inning in just a couple minutes. We're glad you could be here with us. Hold tight, everybody. We'll see you when we return.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Luis Robert, AJ Pollock, and Jose Abreu. I have the living room is asking the question, will it be Oryx for certain? I'd like to bet on it, but my bet maker won't take live bets on the NPB. I am looking to do that Oryx game tonight because of the pitching matchup we were talking about a few minutes ago. The games, it is Ojima against Sato in the Marines versus Lions. But being that the Hawks and the Buffaloes are both at 15 wins and near the top of the Pacific League, probably will be the matchup that we will look to call tonight from the PayPay Dome. Not sure about the rest of the week. So here comes the first pitch from Sandoval to Robert as his fastball swung on it is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And Luis Robert has his second hit of the ball game with a base hit. That's going to bring up AJ Pollock. Just a couple more thoughts on that. Who we will call the rest of the week, I'm not sure. There was some interesting news and notes today that infielder Freddie Galvis has been sent down to the farm team today through 22 games. He's only hitting 129 with a homer and 4 RBIs. He gave him quite a bit of money for Japanese standards for import players. Galvis is going to have to go down and get himself sorted before he comes back up. Now, Pollock steps to the plate with the runner Robert at first. Pollock is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to second base his first time up, but he did knock in a run. And here comes the first offering from Sandoval, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So Sandoval holds at the belt. And now he's ready to deliver. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to short. Over to second for 1. Back to first. It's not in time, but they do get the lead runner, Robert, erased at second base. A great play by the shortstop Velasquez to go into the 6th hole. He fired it over to second for 1. Wade back over to first. As we get the replay, we will confirm that that is not going to be a play. So a fielder's choice, 6-4 for sure. That's 1 out. And Pollock arrives at first in the fielder's choice, but a great play by Velasquez. Ranges to his right, over to Wade at second, who just can't quite complete the double play. If that ball was probably a little closer to Velasquez, he would have been easily able to make that play into a double play, but he did the best he could, and only got the 1 out at second. So here comes up Jose Abreu. And the first pitch from Sandoval is a breaking ball. Catches the outside corner, and the count quickly goes to 0-1. So our living room says tough luck for Galvis. Absolutely. He is struggling to start his NPB career. So here comes the offering, but instead Sandoval throws over to first, and diving back in time is Pollock. So no balls and 1 strike to Abreu. He waits in on the offering from Sandoval. Sandoval holds at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Abreu. There was action around, or transactions around Major League Baseball today. The New York Mets have announced that they are designating Robinson Cano for assignment. There's a fastball swung on. This is going to be lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cano was only hitting 195 through 43 plate appearances. Well, that looks like it is going to end the tenure of Cano's career in the Big Apple. He was on a Hall of Fame pace before he tested positive for PEDs. Fortunately, his career will be cut short. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's hit to the shortstop Velasquez, who dives to his left. He takes it on 1 hop. He backhands it over to Wade at second, over to first. And a double play. 2 great plays in the inning by the Angels shortstop Velasquez. It's going to be a double play of the 6-4-3 variety, but what a fantastic play by the shortstop. And that is going to do it here for the White Sox in their half of the inning. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 3 complete in Chicago. It is the White Sox 2, the Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We call it the top of the 4th inning. We're glad you guys could be here to check this out with us.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the 4th inning. It's a 2-0 lead for the White Sox. We'll be back after these tunes with all the action. Thanks for stopping by today. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the fourth inning, and the top of the order is coming up to bat for the Angels. That means it's Taylor Ward, Brandon Marsh, and Mike Trout. And the first pitch delivered to Ward is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Only 32 pitches through the first three innings for the right-hander Cease. He's hardly broken a sweat. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted over on the first base side. Racing over is the first baseman Sheets, but that ball is going to reach the seats. That's going to run the count to 1-1. Living Room asks a question. He says, anything to say on Fergie Jenkins getting a statue at Wrigley Field? Well, I would say that Fergie Jenkins was a great pitcher for the Cubs, and for him to be given a honor of a statue or anything like that has been well deserved. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. His best years in the big leagues were with the Cubs. He also spent time with the Texas Rangers and a couple of other clubs. That was where he was best known. So for him to get honored by the Cubs is probably a good thing, or maybe even in some ways long overdue. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter, Ward. Cease holds the ball at the belt as he's ready to rock into the windup. He kicks and he fires. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. And that ball is going to get down. It's going to get off of the wall. And it is going to be fielded by the center fielder, Robert, who had to get over there. It was a bit of a weird play. Looked like it was a bit of a interesting route by the left fielder to get to the ball. So we watched that again. There was a breaking ball. And that ball ended up getting lifted into left field. I think initially the route by the left fielder, I don't know if he would have got it anyway as we catch it there. He started strange. Ball got over top of his glove. It ended up down against the wall. Probably the left fielder, Pollock, may have had a better jump and a better route to the ball. He may have been able to make that grab. But that is the first hit of the ball game as Ward is aboard with a double. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. And the first pitch to Marsh is swung on and fouled away, and it's going to reach the seats over on the left field line. The count is 0-1. Now, our friend from the living room says Chatham, Ontario born Fergie Jenkins. In Chatham, Ontario, they have Rotary Park. They have the field named after him there, Fergie Jenkins Park at Rotary Field. It's a nice little spot if you ever get a chance to go see a ball game. The senior men's used to be quite popular once upon a time. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Used to be a lot of good baseball in the Chatham, Ontario area. Outside, you get guys would always come out of places like Dresden or Ridgetown and all these little rural towns. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Cease checks the runner Ward at second. He delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Marsh. One would have to think that with Mike Trout looming on deck, if they could get Marsh here, maybe they have an open base. They can pitch around Trout, force up a double play possibility, but they're going to have to get Marsh here first. So Cease looks at the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. He checks the runner Ward at second. He checks him again. He kicks and fires. There is a breaking ball that is swung on and tap foul over on the first base side, and the count goes to still at 1-2. As we were mentioning earlier, we're anticipating 3 games in the NPB tonight, tomorrow, and on Wednesday evening, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Japan. We'll be calling games each night. Cease checks the runner at second. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Marsh is retired on strikes for out number 1 here in the 4th inning. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Mike Trout. For Trout today, he struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. He's been on fire over his last 14 games. Trout entered the game today hitting at .344. As he said, over the last couple of weeks is where he's really got it in motion and got it going. So here comes the first offering from Cease. He checks the runner at second. There is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Trout. A lot of eyes will be on Trout here over the next few seasons, as these will be the years that will define his greatness, in my opinion. We know he's already a great player, but as you get over the age of 30, this is where the players will start to carve out their Hall of Fame niche. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. I say that because I think of certain players like Andrew McCutchen, who was absolutely fantastic. And all of a sudden, he got to the age of 29 and 30, and his game ended up falling off significantly. So I think of Mike Trout, who is 30 years old right now. He needs to stay healthy over the next 6 or 7 seasons. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Trout only appeared in 36 games last year. He had 117 at-bats. He did hit .333, but he missed a significant portion of the season. So he's going to have to continue to produce at the rates he did prior to his MVP winning season a couple of years ago. And there's a breaking ball that misses well off the plate. Count goes to 1-2 to Trout. Trout was leading or had led the league in most offensive categories from 2024 to 2014 to 2019. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Cease delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-2. Was the first fastball that Trout has seen in this at bat, and it was about 8 inches above his head. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a fastball delivered, and that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Trout. He digs in, waiting on the offering from the right-hander, Cease. Checks the runner at second. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it for Trout here for out number 2. That's the second time today he's gone down on strikes. Cease blew the fastball right on by him. Might have been one of the harder pitches that Cease has thrown all day today. That came in at 98 miles an hour on the gun. He's been sitting usually mid-90s. But he was able to rear back and put a little something extra on that one to retire the star of the Angels, Trout. So here comes the first pitch offering to Jared Walsh. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Walsh today is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field his first time up. He's batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Cease. Here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to second. It's fielded by Harrison. He throws to first on the run, and that is going to do it. That's going to be a ground out 4-3 to retire the Angels in their half of the 4th. There was no run, but they got the first hit of the ball game off the bat of Taylor Ward. There were no hits or no errors and nobody left on base. Now through 3.5, it is the Chicago White Sox 2, the Los Angeles Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. The bottom of the 4th inning after this. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom half of the 4th inning, and we're going to see Yasmani Grandal, Jake Berger, and Adam Engel coming up to face the left-hander Patrick Sandoval. Sandoval has settled down after his first inning of work. He has unconventionally retired 7 in a row. Check that, 8 in a row of the White Sox. He did allow a single to Luis Robert in the last inning, but he was erased on a fielder's choice, and then there was a double play. So he's only faced the minimum in that inning. So 8 now effectively sent down in order with a little bit of help because of that double play. So Grandal, Berger, and Engel to face the lefty Sandoval. Sandoval works predominantly from the stretch position, but the thing that defines him when there's nobody on is he does do a step back. There's a first pitch fastball that misses low, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Grandal batting from the right side against the lefty Sandoval, who rocks into the motion. He kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. So Sandoval ready to go back to work. He rocks in the motion. He delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. It's fielded neatly by the third baseman Mayfield, who fires across the diamond. And that is going to retire Grandal on a ground out, 5-3 for out number 1. That is going to bring up the third baseman Jake Berger. Berger accounted for one of the runs his first time. He drove a deep fly ball to center field to drive in the second run of the ball game, which was Luis Robert. He's got himself an RBI. He's hitting .241 on the season. He's got a couple homers and 5 RBIs, and there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Sandoval ready to go back to work. He rocks in the motion. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-1 on Berger. We were giving some updates and some news from around Major League Baseball, and we were saying about how Robinson Cano had been DFA'd or designated for assignments, probably marking the end of his tour in New York. There was a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-2. There were other changes around baseball today, but that was definitely the most notable so far. There is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Other news so far today, or news of notes, the Blue Jays optioned Gosuke Kato down to the Buffalo Bisons. He also optioned one of their pitchers, Bowden Francis, back down to the Bisons. And here comes the 2-2 pitch from Sandoval, who kicks and delivers. It is a changeup that misses outside. They appeal down to the first base umpire, but he does not go, and that is going to run the count now to 3-2. David Rackley says, no, he didn't go. So other moves today, and there has been a lot of them across the stuff, but we'll tell you the ones that are more notable. And here comes the pitch. It is a changeup that misses outside, and that's going to be a 1-out walk for Jake Berger. He is aboard. Another news, the Brewers optioned Mike Brosu down to the Nashville Sounds. He was acquired in a trade with Tampa Bay. Brewers also optioned Alex Jackson down to the Nashville Sounds of the AAA. He was a former catcher with the Atlanta Braves organization. Cincinnati Reds sent Reaver San Martin down. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-0. Reds are in a whole lot of trouble. They're 3-19 right now. You got to find a way to stop the bleeding. Yankees, in a surprise move, optioned Miguel Andujar down to AAA, as they did Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt had a pretty good relief outing of Garrett Cole about a week and change ago. There's a breaking ball that catches the corner, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So Sandoval ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher. He delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into shallow left field. Racing over is Velasquez. He calls off the third baseman Mayfield, and he makes the catch. And racing back to first is Berger. What a nice play by Velasquez. This is the first time I've had a chance to see him. And he's made 3 outstanding plays so far over the last couple of innings. And this being one of them. Really ranged to his right into shallow left field toward the foul line. Had to race over and make the grab. That is now 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the first baseman, Gavin Sheets. Just looking at some of the other players optioned, Sam Huff and Willie Calhoun were optioned to the AAA Round Rock Express by the Rangers today. The Rangers are another team off to a slow start. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Sheets. As we said, there was all kinds of movement, but those were some of the major ones today. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. Of other moves, the Cleveland Guardians designated Bobby Bradley for assignment. That's not good for him. Obviously, the way Owen Miller has played, and amongst others, and the lack of production from Bradley has made him expendable. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-2. When we talk about players that could be ready to go to the NPB, if I'm Bobby Bradley, I might be talking to my agent and wanting to look for that opportunity. He's got a lot of power. He showed it in the minor leagues. It's not really translated into the big league power, but he'd be able to survive potentially in the Japanese league. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And there's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. And the count goes to 2-2 on Sheets. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sandoval leans in against the sign from his catcher, Suzuki. He comes set at the belt. He kicks and he delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder, Marsh. He makes the catch. That is going to do it for the White Sox in their half of the 8th inning. So for the White Sox, they had no runs. There was no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 4 complete. It is the Chicago White Sox to the Los Angeles Angels. Nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the fifth inning. It's going to be Jack Mayfield, Kurt Suzuki, and Joe Adele to face the right-hander Dylan Cease. It's been a pretty smooth performance so far from the Chicago right-hander, who's worked 4 innings. He's given up 1 hit, walked none, and struck out 7. That has been the storyline. Also, pitch efficiency, 52 pitches for the right-hander Cease so far in this one. And it will be Jack Mayfield stepping up to bat first. He is 0 for 1 today. He has flown out to right field his only time up. And he will be facing the hard-throwing right-hander for the White Sox. The Chicago White Sox on the season have been playing decent baseball, more so as of late. The first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 on Mayfield. But they did stumble a little bit out of the box, and they are now looking at a 8-13 record, which puts them at 3rd place in the American League Central. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul. Count is 0-2. They are a much better team at home, where they are a 500 team at 6-6. They're only 2-7 on the road. And so they are in a position that they are a little bit behind some of their others, but not that far away, as they're only 4.5 games out in the Central. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. They are a game and a half behind the Guardians, and the first place Twins are finally starting to separate themselves from the rest of the division. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. So Cease rocks into the motion. He kicks and he fires. There's a breaking ball that misses down. Count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cease on the mound. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and he delivers. There is a fastball that misses upstairs. And the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cease gets the sign from his catcher. He's ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike. Mayfield stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Kurt Suzuki. That's number 8 in the books now for Cease. He is racking up the strikeouts here in this afternoon's ball game. It's going to be a tough day at the office for the Angels if they are going to get more of Cease. And because he's pretty economical with his pitches, they may be seeing a lot of him moving forward. Here comes the first offering to Suzuki. It's a fastball swung on. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. The count is quickly 0-1. At this rate here, one might expect that Cease could go into the 7th inning. Take a little bit of stress off the White Sox bullpen. So no balls and 1 strike. Cease shakes off his catcher Grandal once. Now he's ready to go to work. He kicks and he delivers. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Suzuki. Troy says the sun is out and Freddie's on. Well, the sun isn't so much out here, nor is it out in Chicago. It is an overcast day. We will be back on later again tonight at 10 o'clock Pacific for the NPB game between the Hawks and the Buffaloes. There is a breaking ball swung on and tap foul. The count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Suzuki. This game has had a lot of tempo and pace to it so far. Not a lot of action on the base paths. Only the double by Taylor Ward has been the only hit of the ball game so far for the Angels. So here's the 0-2 offering. It's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. That is going to keep the count at no balls and 2 strikes to Suzuki. The rain is in the area, but it may not come till a little later on in Chicago. So the Midwest is potential for rain. We saw St. Louis's a game over there is well underway. I don't expect a rain until about 4 o'clock local time. In Chicago, as we say, it's 51 degrees right now. There is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The rain is not expected till after this game is completed. They say probably around 8 o'clock. That's when showers are going to run in local time. So no balls and 2 strikes. Cease rocks into the motion. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on. This is going to reach the seats over on the first base side. The count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Cease gets the sign from his catcher. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a changeup that misses down. That's the first ball of the at-bat. Suzuki has really worked him here. This is going to be pitch number 8, and it's only 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's already fouled 4 pitches away. So proving to be a tough out with 2 strikes. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball. Take it for a called third strike. Strikeout number 9 for Cease, the second one looking here in this inning. That is 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Joe Adell. That was a great pitch by Suzuki. It was a fastball on the inner corner of the plate, and it really locked up the hitter, Suzuki. He was looking for something else, but certainly not a 97-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside corner. That is going to bring up the right-handed hitting Adell, who takes a 97-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Seems to me that as this game has gone on, Cease has really started to lock in, started to pitch a whole lot better. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Troy says technically the same is true for the middle of Mississippi, that there is no sun. There's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Adell. The living room says swings at anything. No, Suzuki had no choice in that at bat. He had to continue to protect the plate. And then, of course, he got banged out on a pitch on the inside corner. That's pretty tough. Now, here's the 1-2 pitch to Adell. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to be number 10 in the books for Cease. He is on fire this afternoon. 10 strikeouts through 5 innings on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the White Sox 2. The Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call of the bottom of the 5th inning. We're glad you're here with us. 2-0, everybody. We're going to be going to the bottom of the fifth in just a couple minutes. Stick around. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone. We are moving to the bottom of the fifth inning. It is going to be Josh Harrison, Tim Anderson, and Luis Robert, the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order, to come up and face the starter Patrick Sandoval. Sandoval has settled down after the first inning of work. He has pitched very well since then. He delivers a first pitch breaking ball to Harrison that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. It was 2 runs all in the first inning, and after that, it has been pretty quiet for the White Sox. Sandoval rocks into the motion. He kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. The count is 1-1. Harrison turns and talks to the home plate umpire. He's not convinced that was the pitch. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Sandoval ready to go back to work. He delivers a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Harrison waiting on the offering from the lefty Sandoval. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sandoval gets a new baseball. He rubs it up, and now we're ready to go at it again. Here comes the 2-2 offering to Josh Harrison. He kicks and he fires. It's a changeup that misses outside, and the count goes to 3-2. There was one thing that Sandoval would have a challenge with. It would be pitch efficiency. One would think that that would be something that he's going to struggle a little bit with. So here comes the pitch. It's a fastball. It's grounded softly to short. It's fielded neatly by Velasquez. He throws to first. That is going to retire Harrison on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. I say pitch efficiency because some of the counts he's able to get ahead, and then he's not able to close the hitter off as quickly as he would want. He ends up wasting extra pitches on hitters. That's the challenge that Sandoval would have. On the other side, Dylan Cease has been able to attack the hitters tonight. Part of it is the 10 strikeouts of the 15 outs in the ball game. He's taken care of 2/3 of the batters by himself. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Tim Anderson. Sandoval rocks into the motion. He kicks and he delivers. There is a changeup that misses, a swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Anderson. Sandoval rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. Moving back onto the edge of the warning track is the right fielder Ward. He makes the grab. And just like that, there's 2 up and 2 away. That'll leave it all up to the center fielder, Luis Robert. For Robert today, he has been on base both times he's come to the plate. He singled in the first and in the third. He later came to score the second run of the ball game for the White Sox in the first inning. He has raised his season batting average today from 211. He's yanked that back up to 237. There's a first pitch changeup that swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Robert. Sandoval gets the sign from Suzuki, and he's ready to go back to work. He delivers a fastball outside. The count goes to 1-1. Lots of hype around the center fielder for the White Sox, Luis Robert. He is definitely a 5-tool caliber player. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. We've got Adrian Carter stopping in to say hello. Welcome. Thanks for popping into the stream. Hopefully you can join us later tonight for the NPB action. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Robert. Sandoval holds at the belt, and he's ready to go back into the motion. He kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And that runs the count now to 2-2 on Luis Robert. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting center fielder of the White Sox. As we say, he's a pretty complete player. He has all 5 tools at his disposal. He can run, hit, throw, field his position. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be looped into shallow center field, just past over the head of the second baseman, Tyler Wade. Luis Robert has his 3rd hit of the ball game as he's aboard with a 2-out single. And is going to bring up the left fielder, A.J. Pollock. For Pollock, he is 0 for 2 today. He's grounded to second, and he's bounced into a fielder's choice. He's also knocked in a run. So Pollock stands in the right side of the plate, and the lefty Sandoval is ready to go to work. Sandoval throws to first. Getting back safely is Robert. That's probably the best move that we've seen Sandoval use today. He's usually had a big kick and a token toss to first. This time it was more of a slide step type move. Our St. Louis Cardinals fan, 1990, and Blue Jays fan in the house. That's Ryan. Thanks for stopping in. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1 now to Pollock. So all kinds of people popping their heads in here for the stream today. We welcome everybody here. And everybody is welcome. So no balls and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting A.J. Pollock. Sandoval holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that catches the top part of the plate for a called strike, and the count goes to 0-2. Pollock wasn't really sure about that one. But it did look like it had enough break to be able to catch it. So no balls and 2 strikes. So Sandoval gets the sign from Suzuki. He checks the runner Robert at first. And now he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to short. Over to second for the fielder's choice. Nice play again to the backhand side by Velasquez. It goes into a fielder's choice. It'll retire Robert for the 3rd out of the inning, 6-4. And that will do it here for the White Sox in their half of the 5th inning. So they had no runs. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. They're now through 5 complete. It is the Chicago White Sox 2, the Los Angeles Angels nothing. We'll be back with the call of the 6th inning in just a couple of moments. Glad you guys could check this out today. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Dylan Cease ready to begin the sixth inning of work. He's going to get Tyler Wade, Andrew Velasquez, and Taylor Ward. And the first offering to the right-hander Wade is a fastball that misses inside. They appeal down to the third base umpire. Looks like he didn't go. We are missing a little bit of that on our coverage here. So, nope, they did go up with the right hand, so they are going to change that. So it's no balls and one strike. They just haven't changed it on the scoreboard portion. So no balls and one strike. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that comes inside, and it hits Wade on the foot. It was a breaking ball that hit him on the left foot. And he is going to be aboard with a hit by pitch here in the sixth inning. Sort of adds some insult to the injury. So runner at first as they attend to the base runner, Wade. He's going to be able to stay in the ball game. There's no protection where he got hit. He got hit right on the top of the foot. It's not usually an area where you would see guys get plunked. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Andrew Velasquez. For Velasquez today, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. They throw over to first base, and diving back head first into the bag is Wade. So Wade is the runner at first base. So here comes the offering from the right-hander. And Cease throws over to first, and diving back again is Wade. Wade, you can see, gingerly gets to his feet. Are concerned about him, but there's nothing worse when you get hit by a pitch and then they start flipping over to first base. You have to be ready for everything. So Living Room jumps out and says John Olerud was the best hitter. John Olerud was a great hitter. That is indeed for sure. Again, they throw over to first base, and again, Wade goes diving back. Wade's got a couple of stolen bases on the season. We consider him a threat to run. Well, he stole 17 for the Yankees last year in 23 attempts. He's 2 for 4 this season for the Angels. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-1 to Velasquez. In his career, Tyler Wade has 32 career stolen bases, and 10 times he's been caught stealing. So with his limited times on the base paths, he is somebody to be concerned about. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to Velasquez. Cease kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. We'll take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard, and there's only one game. We'll do that after this half inning, as the Royals and the Cardinals are battling away in St. Louis. So no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to Velasquez. Cease holds at the belt. And he kicks and fires. There's a fastball at 96 that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-2. Troy jumps in and asks the question, did your bat come in? Not sure what kind of bat that he had. I know I got some bats that came in today. Now I got to go and pick them up. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. And they kick and deliver. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Velasquez will be followed by the leadoff hitter Taylor Ward here in the 6th inning. Angels are looking to get on the board. Again, Cease throws over, and again diving back is the base runner Wade. That's the 4th time now that they've thrown over in this at-bat to the base runner. They aren't concerned about Wade taking off and running here, but that last one was more of a token feed over to first. So here comes the 2-2 offering. He kicks and fires, does Cease. It's a fastball at 97 that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander Cease had been fairly efficient through his 5 innings of work. There's a fastball that swung on it. It's lifted into left field. Camping out underneath it is the left fielder for the White Sox, A.J. Pollock. He makes the grab. That is going to retire Velasquez for the first out of the inning. On the pitch, the base runner Tyler Wade was running. He had to return back to first base, as that ball was easily caught by the outfielder Pollock. So the question that came in from our friend Troy, he says, what did you get? It's a breaking ball that misses outside to Taylor Ward, and the count is 0-1. Picked up 3 bomb bats today. So for our younger group. So we've got a 30, a 31, and a 32-inch bomb bat, dropped 5s. So good transition bats for kids who've gone from swinging aluminum to swinging wood. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is swung on. It is lifted into right field. Camping out underneath it is the right fielder Engel. He's going to make the grab. And that is going to retire Taylor Ward for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. Check that 2 up. The last 2 up are away, and that's going to bring up Brandon Marsh. I was just thinking aloud in my mind about the bats. Bomb bats are pretty good transition. They're made of bamboo. We don't get a commercial for those guys, but we do like that as a good transition bat from aluminum to the wood variety. So here comes the first offering to the right-handed hitting Marsh, but instead Cease throws over to first base, and getting back easily in time is the base runner Ward. So I think that's 5 times now that the White Sox have thrown over. So Cease looks in, he comes set at the belt. And there goes the runner. He kicks and fires. It's a slider inside. The throw down to second. It skips in the dirt, and it gets into the runner Wade. So Wade has stolen the base. He is now in scoring position with that first pitch being a ball to Brandon Marsh. They did announce, the Major League Baseball did announce the Players of the Week We'll pick that up for you in just a couple moments. As we have some of that information coming in hot off the wire. We apologize to you guys here this afternoon, as we are getting a little bit of static in our feeds here. That last pitch to Marsh was a fastball fouled away, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon Marsh. Cease ready to go back to work with the runner Wade at second. Check the runner, he kicks and he fires. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Marsh. We are in the top of the 6th inning. The White Sox are holding a 2-0 lead here against the Angels. With 2 away here, the always dangerous Mike Trout is waiting on deck. So we would think that Marsh should be able to get something to hit to put into play. Here comes the 2-1 offering. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count runs to 2-2 on Marsh. Tyler Wade in that position to be able to score from second base on a base knock here. He runs fairly well, as we said. It's his 3rd stolen base of the season that he'd picked up here. Twice he was caught, but Cease has really slowed down everything here with the runner on base. He's waiting to give her the 2-2 offering here to Marsh. He gets the sign from his catcher, Grandel. A little more cautious with the runner at second. He checks the runner back. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-2 to Brandon Marsh. Be curious to see if the White Sox will roll Cease back out for the next inning of work. Should he have to face Mike Trout and Jared Walsh, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters of the order? He's had good success against them today. So here comes the 3-2 offering. He kicks and he fires. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into center field. Moving over to his right is Luis Robert. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Angels in their half of the 6th inning. So they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It is a 2-0 ball game. Stick around, everybody. Back in just a couple minutes with all the calls. We're glad you guys could be with us today.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
It's 2-0 here in Chicago. The White Sox have the lead over the Angels. We'll be back in just a moment with the call at the bottom of the 6th inning. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It'll be Abreu, Grandel, and Berger to face Patrick Sandoval. And we had some announcements on the Players of the Week that just came down a few minutes ago. It was Angels outfielder Taylor Ward and Brewers shortstop Willie Adames were named Players of the Week last week. For Taylor Ward, he had a great week last week. The 28-year-old had 4 homers, had a .448 batting average with a .484 slugging percentage. Outstanding week. Had multiple hit games in 4 of his 7 games, including that against the Guardians. So he was named Player of the Week for the American League. Of course, Willie Adames is the shortstop for the Brewers. He got the nod for the National League, and there's a breaking ball delivered, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Abreu. So Taylor Ward getting it done. Well, he's not getting it done today, but it is a new week. He's got a hit in 3 trips in this one. There is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 to Abreu. Big Ray says he missed a bit because he got too far away from the Wi-Fi signal. What's the reason for Trout out today? Trout's actually in the ball game today. He is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. It's Ohtani who's getting the day off today. There is a changeup that misses down. And the count now is 1-2. Our friend the Hobby Hound is in here doing well, and we see him. Thanks for popping in. He says it's a nice rainy day in Colorado, but listening to the commentary, we appreciate you for being here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jose Abreu. Sandoval has that ball at the belt. He rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. And the count now goes to 2-2. Jose Abreu today is officially 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play his last time up, and he walked and was stranded at second back in the first inning. The heavy-hitting first baseman of the White Sox digs in, waiting on the offering from Sandoval, who kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's lifted into the seats on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Abreu digs in. He waits on the offering from Sandoval, who rocks into the motion. And there is a changeup that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-2. As we took a look at that out-of-town scoreboard, we said we would do it after the innings. The final is in from St. Louis. The Cardinals took care of the Royals 1-0 in that one. It was Steven Matz who pitched a gem for the Cardinals today. There is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 3-2 to Abreu. He outdueled Zach Greinke, who in his own right was pretty good. Greinke allowed run in the first inning, and then it was pretty quiet after that. 1 run of the ball game, it was a Paul Goldschmidt solo shot off of Greinke in the first. And the bats for both teams were pretty quiet. So Sandoval ready to give the 3-2 to Abreu. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded through the 6 hole into left field. And Abreu is aboard for the second time today, this time with a leadoff single here in the 6th inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. There's a couple of other news and notes from that game in St. Louis. Steven Matz picked up his 3rd win for the Cardinals. He went 6 innings. It was Whitley, Whitgren, and Gallegos who followed. Greinke went 6 strong innings, allowed only 3 hits, 1 run earned. He'd walked none and struck out 1. The one blemish was that home run in the first inning, and that was it. The first pitch delivered to Grandal is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. For Yasmani Grandal today, he is officially 0 for 1. He walked and he's grounded out. So here comes the 0-1 offering, and there is a fastball that just missed outside, and that is going to run the count to 1-1. That's one of those situations right there that pitch looked like it was a strike, but the catcher could not secure the ball. And you often talk to young catchers, it's baseball etiquette. If you don't catch it, shouldn't get the call. Got to make sure you secure it. And the catcher, Suzuki, absolutely fry panned that one. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into left field. Moving back just in front of the warning track is Adele. He's going to make the catch. That is going to retire Grandel for out number 1. So just to come back to that, for young catchers, they got to earn that strike for their pitchers. That was a borderline pitch, and he absolutely fry panned it. But it did not make any change in the result. But certainly that will change the way that you are going to attack the hitter. Our friend the living room says he got MLB The Show for Nintendo. And he says he skipped the tutorials and he lost his first 2 games based on a blowout. There's a changeup that is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Big Ray says he's pulling for the Rockies this week, especially if Cron can hit multiple home runs at home against the Diamondbacks. He's got some random player and fantasy stats. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 0-2. And Big Ray says, not sure if you saw that J-Rod finally hit his Major League home run. Yes, he did yesterday, and I did catch that. I was looking at some late-night stats. So J-Rod on the board. Looks like he is starting to separate himself a little bit from Kalenic right now, at least production-wise at the big league level. He's moved his average up into the 230s. There's a changeup that misses up and in to Berger, and the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Berger. Berger is officially 0 for 0 today. He hit a sacrifice fly and knocked a run in the first inning, and he walked his last time up. Here's the 1-2 offering from Sandoval. He kicks and delivers. It's a changeup swung on and missed. And Berger goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Adam Engel. The Hobby Hound says he was hoping for a big year from Cron this year when the Rockies gave him his contract. Felt like he was due for an all-star-like season. His brother Kevin was over in the Japanese league last year, and he really struggled with the carp. I'm not sure where he is at this year. There's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. CJ Cron, if I'm not mistaken, had that cup of coffee with the Tigers, and he ended up getting hurt. He came over when Jonathan Scope was signed. Both guys came over from the Twins. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is hit down the left field line past the diving third baseman, rounding second, heading to third is Abreu. They're sending him home. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's in time, and the ball's been dropped by Suzuki. And that is going to be a run-scoring extra base hit for Adam Engel. So Adam Engel absolutely scorched that ball down the left field line. It was a great job by Joe Adele to go into the corner and get it. The throw to the plate was in time. The ball was taken on 1 bounce, but Suzuki was unable to secure the ball. And that is going to be the 3rd run of the ball game here for the White Sox, as they've taken a 3-0 lead on an RBI double by Engel here in the 6th inning. For a big fella, Jose Abreu really runs well. He was coming around the bases. As we said, the ball looked like it was there in time, but unable to be secured by the catcher, Suzuki. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Gavin Sheets. For Sheets today, he takes the first pitch fastball for a called strike. He is 0 for 2. He has been retired both times to flyouts to center field. He is 0 for 2 today. And here comes the 1-strike pitch. And there's a breaking ball that was fouled away, and the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Sheets Waiting on the offering from the lefty Sandoval, lefty-lefty matchup. And so here comes the 0-2 delivery, and there is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sandoval checks the runner at second. Kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded slowly over to first. They toss it to Sandoval, covering. It is going to be in time. Sheets is not able to outleg the pitcher. It's going to go down as a ground out 3-1 for out number 3 here in the 6th inning. So for the White Sox and their half of the inning, they got 1 run on 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 6 complete. It is the White Sox 3, the Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. We're glad you guys could be here with us. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We will be back in just a moment. It's 3-0. We're moving into the top of the 7th inning. We're glad you guys can stop by in today to check it out. Hopefully, this game will continue the pace that we have it at. It has been a fairly decent played game today, but we'll be back in just a moment with this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the batting order for the Los Angeles Angels against the White Sox. It's Mike Trout, Jared Walsh, and Jack Mayfield. The starter for the White Sox today, Dylan Cease, has been brilliant. And he is going to be pulled out again here to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the batting order. The first pitch delivered to Mike Trout's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Trout today is 0 for 2. He has struck out his both 2 times to the plate. Dylan Cease has been outstanding today. He's got 10 strikeouts to his name, only allowing 1 hit. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 0-2. There's not a lot of times you see Mike Trout with some body language, but he sure didn't like that call. As the pitch caught the inside corner. Here comes the 0-2 offering now to Trout. And Cease delivers. It is a changeup that catches the outside corner for a called 3rd strike. And Trout is gone today for the 3rd time via the strikeout. First time looking, he is out number 1 here in the 7th inning. That last pitch, speed-wise, it was a changeup, but it almost looked like a split finger pitch by Cease, something we haven't really seen before. He really moved his fingers off the 2 seams, gripped it as if it was a split finger rather than anything else. So here comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting Jared Walsh, who swings the fastball and fouls away. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Hobby Hound says the sultry sounds of Matt Hollis crooning for everybody. Yeah. We'll follow that up with our friend Steve Rademacher for you in just a couple minutes. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track, reaching up and making the grab is the left fielder, A.J. Pollock, and that's going to be 2 up and 2 away. That is going to leave it up to the third baseman, Jack Mayfield. What was really impressive about that play in the last inning where Abreu had scored was the throw from the left fielder, C.J. Cron. That ball there was thrown, and we had the one hop. So here comes the first offering to the right-handed hitting Mayfield, and it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So Adele picked that ball up or made that play out in left field and threw a one-hopper right to the plate. You don't see that a lot from left fielders. Usually the left field position is designated for a bat. There's a fastball swung on it. It is lifted into left field. Coming in on it is the left fielder Pollock. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it. That's going to retire Mayfield for the third out of the inning. So there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Strikeout number 11 for Dylan Cease. We'll see if he comes back for the 8th, or if that is going to do it for him. We are now through 6.5. It is 3-0 for the White Sox. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. We're glad you're here. Here's our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
As always, thank you again, Steve, for your support. We'll be back in about 30 seconds with the call of the bottom of the 7th inning. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and it is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming up to bat for the White Sox. That means Josh Harrison, Tim Anderson, and Luis Robert, and they are ready to get this thing back underway. We do have a pitching change for the Angels, as they do have a right-hander, Mike Myers, in the ball game, and the first pitch delivered is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1 to Harrison. So no balls and 1 strike to Harrison. Mayer is ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a ball, and the count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Mayers holds at the belt. As he works from the stretch, there is a slider that misses down and away. The count now runs to 2-1. Mayers on the season has struggled a little bit here with his time with the Eagles. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back on it, and it is off the glove of Joe Adele. It's up against the wall. Cruising into second is going to be Harrison, and that will probably be a double. One would have to think. And that is a leadoff double here to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. That ball was absolutely scorched. Adele reached out and it just got off the tip of his glove. One would have to think that that will be a double. If he would have made that play, it would have been a highlight reel play. But cruising into second base and high stepping it in is Josh Harrison. That is exactly what it is. It'll go on the books as a double. So that is going to bring up the shortstop, Tim Anderson. And the first pitch to Anderson is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. For Anderson today, he singled and scored a run in the first. He's also flown out to center and to right. He is 1 for 3 today. So Mayers checks the runner at second. He checks Harrison again, and he throws. And now instead, Tim Anderson had called time as Mayers was about to begin his delivery. So Mayers now comes set at the belt, and here he delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's driven foul down the right field line. It's going to get into the netting. The count is going to be 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Tim Anderson. Here comes the pitch from Mayers. It is a fastball swung on, and they've got Harrison hung up between second and third, and they are going to run right at him. Now they got rid of it. Mayers flips the ball over to the second baseman, Wade, who applies the tag, and racing over into second base is Anderson as he is able to get there. So we go down in the books as a fielder's choice. Anderson starts off flying. Harrison does a good job to stay in the rundown. He draws the throw, and the second baseman, Wade, is able to put it on it, but all the way to second. Good piece of heads-up running by Anderson as he will be at second base with 1 out. Play there. It was the ground out to the pitcher, so it'll be a fielder's choice, 1-4. That will erase Harrison, and that will put Tim Anderson over to second base with Luis Robert stepping up to the plate. For Robert today, he is 3 for 3. He has singled each of his 3 times to the plate. His first look at the reliever at Mayers. Robert has pulled his season average up to 250 with the fine performance this afternoon. So right-hander against the right-hander. Mayers checks the runner Anderson at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner. And the count is quickly 0-1. Wasn't one of the best executed rundowns, but it was a good job by Harrison to stay in the rundown to allow that runner to get into second base. Base running by the White Sox. Harrison, there was a foul ball to Luis Robert. I was going to say the base running by Harrison. He got himself into the jackpot. On the ground ball back to the pitcher was a really good heads-up play by the pitcher to turn and have a look. He was able to check that out. But then he released the ball too early. He didn't run Harrison back toward the bag. So here comes the first offering to the batter Robert, and it's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're glad everybody could stop in today. We are going to be calling the games tonight in the Japanese League starting at 10 o'clock Pacific. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is going to be taking to the mound for the Oryx Buffaloes, the hard-throwing right-hander. So here comes the offering from Mayers to Robert. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2. And the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks will counter today with one of their stars, Shuta Ishikawa. So a battle of two right-handers on the mound. Yamamoto is 3-1 on this season, and Ishikawa is 2-0. Hopefully you can stop in by later. So here comes the 1-2 offering to Robert. There is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Luis Robert. Robert digs in, waiting on the offering from the right-hander Mayers, who checks Anderson at second base. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Robert is gone on strikes for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, A.J. Pollock. For Pollock, he is 0 for 3 on the afternoon today. He is grounded out and knocked a run in the first inning, and he's bounced into 2 fielders' choices. Right-handed hitting, Pollock steps up at the plate, and he takes a first pitch fastball outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Pollock. Pollock today knocking that run in. His average has slipped to 212 on the season. He's not off to a hot start. As we said, some of the White Sox players are starting to pull it together a little bit now. There is a fastball swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. They still have a long way to go. Not quite the start that was expected in Chicago with the potency of this lineup. I'm not sure what the Angels are doing. Mayers pulls out a card out of his back pocket quite a bit, and then he makes a signal to the defense after he does the card look. So it might be something with the runner on second base that they're changing up the signals. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Very strange that they're doing that, but as I say, with the runner at second base, they must be changing up the card count to what they're doing here. Here comes the 2-1. There's a breaking ball that misses down in the dirt. The count goes to 3-1. You certainly don't want to put A.J. Pollock on base because Jose Abreu is waiting his turn on deck. Abreu, the former MVP of the American League, still has a lot of damage available in that bat to provide to other teams. So here comes the 3-1 offering from Mayers. He holds at the belt. He checks Anderson at second. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Runs the count now to full on Pollock. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mayers holds the ball at the belt. He checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is popped up behind second base. Moving over underneath it is the second baseman, Wade. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here. That will do it for the White Sox in their half of the 7th. They had no runs. There was 1 hit. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 7 complete. It is the White Sox 3, the Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the top of the 8th inning. We're glad you could be here with us. Hold tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. There is going to be a pitching change. It's going to be the end of the rope today for Dylan Cease. He was able to go 7 innings, striking out 11, only allowing 1 hit. That will complete his day of work. It is going to be Kendall Graveman, the right-hander, coming into replacement. So Graveman is coming on into the ball game as the Dylan Cease show is now over. Absolutely outstanding performance by the right-hander. Graveman will now come on in relief. For Graveman, he's worked, this is going to be his 11th game. He's 0-1 on this season. He's got a 1.5 ERA and 11 in the third innings pitched. Struck out 13 and walked only 4. So first offering is a fastball that misses way upstairs. And that count is now 1-0 to Kurt Suzuki. It is going to be Suzuki followed by Adele and Wade, the scheduled hitters in the Angels lineup. Suzuki today is 0 for 2. He has struck out both his times to the plate, once swinging and once looking. There's the 1-0 from Graveman. It is a fastball that misses inside. The count now goes to 2-0. Kendall Graveman was originally a high school pick by the Marlins. Check that, he college pick by the Marlins, and then he was redrafted by the Blue Jays in the 8th round of the 2013 draft. The major league level, he spent time with the Jays, the Oakland Athletics. He's also been with Seattle, Houston, and now with the White Sox. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-1. So Graveman on in relief here in the top of the 8th inning. Right-hander looks in. He gets the side from his catcher, Grandal, and he's ready to go to work. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. The way that the ball games today are won and lost, it's usually the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings when the relievers come into the game. It'll dictate the flow a little bit. And so here's the 3-1 offering to Suzuki. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and that runs the count now to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Suzuki. So the right-hander, Graveman on the mound, and he looks in to get the sign from his catcher. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of Robert. Then that is going to be a single for Suzuki. So he's got himself a base knock, and now that's going to bring up the left fielder, Joe Adele. So Adele steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. He has flown out to center field, and he has struck out his 2 times up. So the right-hander, Graveman, ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So Joe Adele today has been a center of attention sort of in left field. He did make an error back in the first inning. It helped the White Sox score a run. He's also made a beautiful throw to the plate that almost nailed Jose Abreu in the last inning. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-1 on Adele. So he has been in the action, so to speak, in this one. Sometimes left-handers or left fielders are not always involved. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Adele. And he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Adele. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. And the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Adele waits on the offering from the right-hander Graveman, who comes set at the chest. And here comes the 2-2 offering. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The appeal down to the first base umpire, but they say Adele didn't go. That's going to run the count to 3-2. We're going to get the replay on that. And my first thought, it looked like he did go, but we have to agree with the first base umpire. And they said he didn't go, and we'd have to agree with David Rackley. It's going to run the count now to 3-2 to Adele. So we'll keep our eye on the runner at first base. And here comes the offering from Graveman. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Adele is gone on strikes for the second time today. He is out number 1 here in the 8th inning. That last pitch, he looks like he swung at ball 4. As that 2-seam fastball had a lot of run on it. Came inside. And Adele had committed and swung through it and missed. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Tyler Wade. For Wade today, he is officially 0 for 1. He struck out looking in the 3rd, and he was hit by a pitch and stole a base in the 6th inning. And here comes the offering. It's a fastball. Take it for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Wade. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The right-hander is ready to face the left-hander. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in on it is the left fielder, and that is going to be hauled in by A.J. Pollock. He's going to make the grab, and that is going to retire Wade for the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 in a row now retired by Graveman, and that's going to bring up Andrew Velasquez. Kurt Suzuki, who singled to lead off the inning, is still at first base. It is Adele and Wade who have been retired, and now Velasquez comes up with 2 away here in the 8th inning. I will say this, Kendall Graveman, in my opinion, he's thrown 15 pitches so far, and he's thrown, of the 15 pitches, 8 of them have been for strikes, but he is not very sharp. And we do have a pinch hitter coming in now for the shortstop Velasquez. It is going to be Shohei Ohtani. So Ohtani is coming in to pinch hit. So we'll insert him into the lineup here. So he is going into the 9 spot. So Ohtani coming in to face the right-hander Graveman, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down. And the count now is 1-0 to Ohtani. So Shohei Ohtani making an appearance here late. He's only hitting .228 on the season. He's got himself 4 home runs. There is a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. As we said, Graveman is not particularly sharp today. But what he does have is he's got a tremendous amount of movement on his fastball. Lots of run, arm side run to it, lots of cut. His ball can really, really dance. And here's the offering to Ohtani. It's a fastball that runs off the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Ohtani, as we said, hitting on the season, only batting right now at .228. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 3-1 on Ohtani. But he does have 4 homers and 12 runs batted in. This is the 23rd game of the season for the two-way star. So the right-hander Graveman gets the sign from his catcher. He kicks and delivers. There's a changeup swung on. It's grounded softly to second. It's bobbled by Harrison. He picks it up. He throws to first. And Otane is retired for the third out of the inning. So for the Angels in their half of the eighth, there was no runs. A leadoff single by Suzuki was left stranded. No errors and one runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the eighth inning. It is a 3-0 scoreline in favor of the White Sox. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call of the bottom of the eighth inning. We're glad you guys could pop in. Check this out today. We're glad you are with us. Hold tight. We'll be right back from our friend Steve.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Thanks again, Steve. We appreciate you and your support. We will be back in just a moment with the call of the bottom of the eighth inning. We're glad you guys are with us. Hold tight. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the White Sox batting order. Jose Abreu, Yasmani Grandal, and Jake Berger to face the right-hander Mike Mayers, who's in his second inning of relief. The first pitch was a breaking ball delivered to Abreu, which puts him at 0-1. So here comes the second offering. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1 to Abreu. Abreu today is officially 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run his last time up. He's also grounded into a double play, and he's walked. So the right-hander Mayers ready to face the right-handed hitting Abreu. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And there is a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal down to first base. But again, the umpire, Dave Ackley, said he didn't go, and that's going to run the count now to 2-1 to Abreu. Abreu was able to score all the way from first base on that double by Adam Engel his last time up. He is, for a big fella, he still moves pretty good. There's the 2-1 pitch, and there's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. We've got Jimmy Redbeard in the house today. Welcome, Jimmy. Thanks for stopping in. This game here is going along quite nicely. And I know for those of you who like Jimmy Redbeard, he is a big Cincinnati Red fan, and the season is not quite going to plan for him right now. And there's a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Abreu. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, but we always appreciate you stopping in the stream, whether it is to listen to the games or for a little bit of therapy, because we feel your pain. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the offering to Abreu. Mayers holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into left center field. Moving over is the center fielder, Marsh. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Abreu for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. For Grandal, he is 0 for 2. He's also walked today. And he is stepping up to the plate to face the right-hander Mares for the first time. Mares was able to wiggle himself out of a bit of a jam after allowing that leadoff double last inning to Harrison. And he has settled down quite nicely. There's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Grandal. Myers ready to go back to work. He delivers a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and now the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the Hobby Hound says he's struggling a little bit with his Reds. Yeah, it's too bad. Cincinnati is really a tire fire. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. It's going to have room in foul territory for Joe Adell to haul it in, and that is going to retire Grandal for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to Jake Berger. You know, when you think about the Cincinnati Reds, they're really not all that far away from being a really good team. But at the same time, it seems like they're so far away. Give up on some pitching in the offseason. They've had a few injuries. They've lost some players. Some guys haven't stepped up. So here comes the first offering. There is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Berger. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the right-hander Mayer is ready to go back to work as he holds at the belt. He kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Berger is retired for the third out of the inning, and they go quietly in their half of the 8th to the White Sox. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 8 complete. It is the White Sox 3, the Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. The top of the 9th is just around the corner. We'll see if the Angels have anything left in the tank. They can make a run here in the 9th inning. Hold tight. We'll be right back.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a 3-0 ball game. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. That was our friend Matt Hollis. Hold tight.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We do have a pitching change for the White Sox. It'll be the closer, Liam Hendricks, coming in to trying to close it out. He'll be the 3rd pitcher used today by the White Sox. And Hendricks is going to be facing the top of the order. It's going to be Taylor Ward, Brandon Marsh, and Mike Trout. You face the hard-throwing right-hander. It's not been the best of starts for Hendricks this year so far. He's not in mid-season form yet. He has been pitching well as of late. So Hendricks is going to be taking over here. Hendricks is a native of Australia, specifically Perth, Australia. A lot of good baseball comes out of Perth. He began his big league career with the Twins. He ended up moving along over to the Blue Jays. Then he was a Royal. And then he was an Oakland Athletic for a number of years. And now he is in his second season with the White Sox. He saved 38 games last year for the Chi Sox. That was the best of his career. He also was 8-3, and he had a 2.54 ERA. This year here, off to a slightly slower start, 0-2 with a 5.4 ERA. But he started to pitch a little bit better as of late. And here comes the first pitch to Taylor Ward. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. For Ward today, he is 1 for 3. He's doubled, he struck out looking, and he has flown out. Ward, of course, was named Player of the Week a couple innings ago here for last week's play, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count now is 0-2, so no balls and 2 strikes. So we got Redbeard back in the house again. Checking back in here. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Ward on the first bat of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. For Marsh today, he is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, he has struck out, and he has flown to center. There's only been 2 hits allowed today by White Sox pitching, one by Dylan Cease over the first 7 innings of work, and then 1 given up by Kendall Graveman in the last inning. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Marsh. So Marsh asks the home plate umpire probably if that's as high as he goes, and he gets the acknowledgement. So no balls and 1 strike. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball at 100 miles an hour, swung on and missed. And now the count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Marsh. The crowd in Chicago that is in attendance, some of the folks are standing, cheering their closer on, looking for out number 2. So Hendricks gets the sign from Grandal. He comes set at the waist. He kicks and he fires. There is a breaking ball down. They appeal down to the third base umpire. Dan Bellino says he didn't go, and that's going to give Marsh second life. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brandon Marsh. Hendricks now comes set at the belt, and he's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Marsh has gone on strikes for the second time this afternoon. That is out number 2 here in the 9th inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Mike Trout. For Mike Trout today, he's had a rough day at the office. He is 0 for 3, and all 3 times he's been retired via a strikeout. So he is coming up to face the right-hander Hendricks. Just as a reminder, we will go and take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard once this one is done. There was only 1 other game, and it is a final in the big leagues today. We'll do a recap on this one, and then we'll close her out. So here's the first pitch to Trout. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. So Trout has struck out swinging twice and looking once. It's been a very, very impressive pitching performance by the White Sox today. 14 of the 26 outs have come via the strikeout. So Hendricks held set at the belt. He kicks and fires. There's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball that misses upstairs. And the count goes to 1-1. Just as a reminder, we'll be back on late night again tonight for some NPB action. We'll do a little post a little later just to let everybody know that we are going to be doing the stream. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. That's going to run the count now to 1-2 on Trout. So now the rest of the crowd are on their feet. They're cheering here at Guaranteed Rate Field. Comes the 1-2 offering to Trout. Hendricks kicks and fires. It is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball that sails all the way to the backstop. It's going to run the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And there is a breaking ball that is taken for a called third strike. Mike Trout 4 times today down on strikes as he is going to end the ball game. The White Sox only go 3 batters over the minimum. Really impressive performance. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board here in the 9th inning. Your final score is the Chicago White Sox 3, the Los Angeles Angels nothing. Stick around, everybody. We're going to wrap this up in just a couple moments. We're glad you could be here with us today.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody, to take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll wrap this one up. The only other game is a final. The St. Louis Cardinals knocked off the Kansas City Royals 1-0. All the offense came in the first inning when Paul Goldschmidt hit a solo shot off of Zach Greinke. Both Greinke and Matz pitched very well today for their respective teams, but in the end, it was Steven Matz picking up the win. He goes to 3-1, whereas Zach Greinke takes the loss. He goes to 0-2. In this one here, the final score was 3-0. The story was the pitching of the White Sox. Dylan Cease went 7 innings, striking out 11 batters. And Kendall Graveman and Liam Hendricks came on in relief. The White Sox only faced 3 batters over the minimum. 30 hitters came to the plate today for the Angels. And that was the way she wrote that one. As far as the offense was concerned for the White Sox, they got 2 runs in the first inning. A single by Tim Anderson, a single by Luis Robert. Then A.J. Pollock grounded out, and that ended up scoring Anderson from third. Gave the White Sox a 1-0 lead. Jose Abreu then walked, as did Grandal, to load the bases, and then Jake Bertiger hit a sac fly to center field, home the second run as Luis Robert crossed the plate. They didn't get it onto their totals until the 6th inning when a leadoff single by Abreu. And then with 2 out, he was brought home on a Adam Engel double to left field. And that was the 3-0 final score that we were talking about. So for everybody here, we do appreciate you guys being here and checking in. We thank you to Big Ray, the Hobby Hound. We talked to the Living Room, Red Beard Breaks, Troy's Cards, Cars, and More, our friend Ryan. And Adrian Carter dropped in to say hello, and we appreciate everybody and Ruben Hogan for being here. All right, everybody. Once again, if I missed you, I apologize for that, but we do appreciate you guys listening in. Once again, it's been another Last Raps Baseball production. Have a great day, everybody. Come on back and see us again later tonight. We're going to do it all over again.